She just wanted $800. That's all McDonald's offered her. $800. For burns so severe, her doctor said they were one of the worst scald injuries he had ever seen in his career. This is the story you think you know. The old lady who spilled coffee on herself and sued for millions. The punchline of 1,000 late-night jokes. The poster child for frivolous lawsuits in America. Except, almost everything you know about this case is wrong. February 27, 1992, Albuquerque, New Mexico. 79-year-old Stella Liebeck is sitting in the passenger seat of her grandson's car. They've just pulled away from a McDonald's drive-thru. She ordered a 49-cent cup of coffee. The car has no cup holders, so Chris, her grandson, pulls into a parking spot so Stella can add her cream and sugar. The car is parked, not moving. Stella places the cup between her knees and reaches for the lid, and then the cup tips. She's wearing cotton sweatpants. They absorb the coffee instantly and hold it flat against her skin. She can't pull them off fast enough. The coffee is 188 degrees Fahrenheit. At that temperature, you have less than 3 seconds before the liquid burns through to the third layer of your skin. Stella Liebeck suffered third-degree burns across 16% of her body, her inner thighs, her groin, her buttocks. She was hospitalized for 8 days. She underwent skin grafting surgery. She lost 20 pounds during her recovery, nearly 20% of her weight, dropping to 83 pounds. And then came 2 more years of medical treatment. She wasn't trying to get rich. Stella wrote to McDonald's. She asked them to cover her medical bills, somewhere between $15,000 and $20,000. That was it. No lawsuit, no drama. McDonald's wrote back. They offered her $800. Now here's where it gets worse, because here's what Stella didn't know yet, what her lawyers would uncover when this finally went to court. McDonald's had known. For more than 10 years before Stella Liebeck ever sat in that parking lot, McDonald's had received over 700 complaints. Burns, serious burns, customers, children, and the company had quietly settled those cases, spending more than $500,000 keeping them out of the news. And they never changed the temperature of the coffee. Their own operations manual required every franchise location in America to keep coffee at between 180 and 190 degrees Fahrenheit. You know what temperature other restaurants were serving coffee at? Around 160 degrees. At 160 degrees, spilled coffee takes about 20 seconds to cause a serious burn. 20 seconds is enough time to react, to wipe it away. At 188 degrees, you don't get 20 seconds, you get 2. Stella hired an attorney named Reed Morgan. Morgan offered to settle for $300,000. McDonald's said no. Days before the trial began, a retired judge acting as a mediator looked at both sides and recommended McDonald's settle for $225,000. McDonald's said no. So it went to trial. The jury saw the photographs of Stella's injuries. They heard that McDonald's knew. They heard that 700 people had been burned before her. They heard that the company had chosen, deliberately, not to change a thing. And then they deliberated. The jury awarded Stella $200,000 in compensatory damages, reduced to $160,000 because they found her 20% responsible for the spill, and then $2.7 million in punitive damages. You want to know how the jury arrived at that number? 2 days of McDonald's coffee revenue. The judge later reduced it to $480,000. The case was ultimately settled out of court for a confidential amount. As part of the deal, McDonald's required Stella to stay silent. Then McDonald's went to the press, and the story that saturated the media, the one that became a punchline, was the one they wanted you to hear. Clumsy old woman, ridiculous lawsuit, America gone mad. What they didn't tell you, the day after the verdict, McDonald's quietly lowered the temperature of its coffee at locations in Albuquerque area. They knew exactly what to do. They just needed someone to make them do it. Stella Liebeck died in 2004. She was 91 years old. She never spoke publicly about the case. She had signed away that right for a cup of coffee that cost 49 cents. The case became a law school textbook, a documentary, a debate, but more than anything, it became proof of something uncomfortable, that sometimes the joke is on us.